It said that tigers don't eat their cubs, but this father sold his daughter for the price of a pig. The reason is that the girl was born with a physical disability. She couldn't provide labor for her family at all. At this time, a woman came to buy a pig. How much for a pig? 10 marks. Seeing the girl who was covered in dirt, the woman asked how much the pig was. The father looked at his daughter. 6. 4? What are you doing? Sold. 4 marks.
Have you gone mad? You can't let them have her. As I said, sold.
The woman's a witch. You know what they will do. She's our daughter. She's no daughter of mine. The girl desperately begs her mother to help her. Unfortunately, the father, who was heartless, still kept her. That's it. The father sold his disabled daughter to the witch at a lower price than a pig. The girl was taken to the magical holy ground Aretuza and locked up. She looked at herself in the mirror. She was sad and helpless. She tried her best to break the mirror. Then she took a sharp shard. In the magnificent Aretuza on the 4th day, the strong girl committed suicide and was rescued by the witch. The girl cried and asked why she couldn't let her go. The witch explained that she was the principal of Aretuza. When the girl came to this world, she had to learn to use magic. The girl was cold-hearted and cried that she didn't even have the right to die. That's adorable, pig. You weren't taking control. You were losing it. Be in the greenhouse in 20 minutes. The girl came to the magical training room. She found that there were other girls who had been bought here. Deshaya explained that the power of chaos was the most dangerous magical power in the world. It exists in our lives all the time. This power is changeable and extremely powerful, but every girl here has the talent to guide her. Anika, you saved a drowning boy with your mind. Priscilla, you saved a frozen cat on accident. Sabrina, you turned her mother fat. Because the girls had accidentally triggered magic before, a new magical reason was created, so Sadaya brought the girls here to learn and train. When the girls could use magic maturely, she would promote the girls as witches and send them to various countries to assist the king and govern the country. Since the girls came here, they lost their freedom. It's more related to the decline of each country in the future. Deshaya explained that everyone is the manager of the power of chaos. If you want to control the power of chaos and perform magic, you need to learn the most important balance and control. This study is a test to see if the girls are worthy of promotion. She will give you a spell to control. If you don't touch it, you have to raise the stone. After the girls heard it, they began to perform the spell. After a girl said the spell, the stone rose in the air. In the next second, the girl's left hand cried quickly and instantly lost all her blood. The girl panicked and screamed. Deshaya explained this. This is balance. She also thanked the girl for her own demonstration. There is no magic conjuring something from nothing. There is a give and a take. After she said, she picked up the flower in her left hand and began to whisper. While the stone was flying in the air, the flower also lost its vitality for a moment. Other girls began to imitate it. Magic can be successfully applied. Seeing other classmates succeed, the princess practiced anxiously. After seeing it many times, the stone had no reaction. She was so angry that she ate the flower directly. Deshaya was a little shocked, because this is a more profound way of balancing. He came to the girl and whispered a long sentence. Sometimes a flower is just a flower, and the best thing it can do for us is to die. The girl couldn't help but lose her temper. In the Tower of the Seagull connected to Aretuza, this is the most powerful place of magic on the mainland. The princess saw a familiar man. His name is It-Yennefer. Because he looks ugly, his fist is high and low and he's a Tobey, so his stepfather sold him to a magic school. You should know that the price of a pig at that time was 10 horses, but his value was not even comparable to a pig. He came to the school. He started the first magic class in his life. A few girls were also bought in the greenhouse. They were terrified and stood in a circle. There was a stone and a chrysanthemum on the table in front of everyone. Because from today on, Deshaya will teach them how to use the most dangerous and strongest force in the world, the power of chaos. In the class, a girl used magic to raise a stone in the air, but in the blink of an eye, the girl's hand was quickly bent. She lost her vitality. It turns out that magic also needs to follow the power of the hand. There is no magic in the world. Deshaya raised the chrysanthemum with one hand. The other hand held the power of chaos and lifted the stone. When the stone rose, the chrysanthemum bent. This is a key point to understand: balance and control. If you want to use the power of chaos, you must make a sacrifice, otherwise you will be devoured by chaos. In the process of learning, Deshaya is always the one who understands the slowest. All the students raised the stone in the air, only Deshaya's chrysanthemum didn't move. This made her confidence greatly reduced, but she didn't give up. She wanted to change her fate and realize her value. She tried again and again, but in the end, she still didn't make the stone rise in the air. She left the class depressed. Deshaya came to the chrysanthemum tower, who's sad. Deshaya was sad, sneaked into the chrysanthemum tower to talk to Deshaya, seeking comfort. For a long time, the biggest fear in Deshaya's heart was that she didn't deserve to have love, and a little bit of urge smoothed her worries. She also slowly became confident. A few weeks later, the students were called into the chrysanthemum tower. Everyone had a bottle in their hand. They were asked to put the lightning into the bottle and decided to stay.
The first girl walked up. She raised the bottle in her hand. When the white light flashed, the girl couldn't get up. It was obvious that she failed. The second girl raised the bottle in her hand. When the white light flashed, the lightning was put in the bottle. When the girl was happy, the bottle exploded. The girl came back in an instant. When it was Deshaya's turn, she raised the bottle in her hand. She didn't have time to cast the spell. The lightning hit her at the entrance. She was hit on the wall in an instant. She tried to hit it again and again. It made Yennefer unable to control her anger. She shot the lightning with both hands. She wanted to try again, but she was blocked by the teacher. She didn't want to hurt other students. Such a move was very sad and dangerous, but it made Deshaya see her potential this year. Yennefer was in a hurry to succeed. She almost hurt other students. Her teacher, Deshaya, was very angry. Sad Yennefer found Deshaya again and told her about her grievance. Deshaya comforted her and taught her a spell. Unexpectedly, Yennefer was very talented in this area. She tried it for the first time and performed it directly. It surprised Deshaya. Then Yennefer opened her heart and told her about her identity. It made Deshaya feel very attached to her. So something indescribable happened to them. The next day, Yennefer, who got the power of love, was confident. She found the dean and hoped that she could be promoted. She showed that she was ready to become a scholar. The dean didn't promise her, he just told her to go back and wait for the notice. At night, she found her friend, Annika, not in the dormitory. She went out to look for her, but she saw Dean Deshaya turning 3 students into eels. Among them, Annika, who had been encouraging Yennefer, was included. Deshaya was not worried that Yennefer would see this. She had already known that Yennefer was hiding behind. The dean told Yennefer that she had just deprived them of their ability to control, but their power was still there. Then the dean asked her to send them into the sea of water and stone. Faced with the requirements, Yennefer had no choice but to obey. She sent her good friend into the sea of water and stone with other eels to provide the school with endless power of chaos. This is the sacrifice and the price to be paid for the promotion of other students. It's like being the chef of those carvings. It's almost a graduation season. Graduates will be selected by the king of southern China to become royal envoys to assist the government. The dean told Yennefer that his team was assigned to his hometown, Yadian. This made her very happy. She also carefully selected the dress. She thought that her fate would change from this moment on, but she didn't expect that God would make a joke on her again. The dean told her that Cine betrayed her. Because she told the king that Yennefer had half of the elite blood and looked ugly, she was not suitable to assist the government as a royal envoy. When Yennefer heard this, she turned around and left. She found Cine and asked her why she did this. Cine told her that in order to get higher power and status, sacrificing Yennefer's future made her a member of the research council. This way she could take her to travel around the world. She thought this was a good choice. At this moment, Yennefer realized that she was a selfish girl who thought that love was a double-edged sword. She didn't expect to be betrayed by the one she loved. Her heart was again humiliated. Yennefer decided to be selfish. She swore that no matter what she paid, she would change her appearance. Looking at her ugly self in the mirror, Yennefer cried sadly. She was humiliated by the one she loved. She was beaten by the villagers. She was betrayed by the one she loved. It was all because of her ugly face. Yennefer swore that no matter what she paid, she would change her appearance. She swore that no matter what she paid, she found a magician and asked him to reconstruct her appearance. Yennefer was willing to pay any price. The magician told her that all creations have a price. You have to give up to get it. And if you want a beautiful appearance, the price is to lose your fertility and have no offspring. At this time, Yennefer was upset. She chose her own death. However, the process of rebirth is very painful. It's no use peeling the skin and peeling the bones. But compared to the pain in the heart, these are nothing. Yennefer insisted on changing her appearance. When the ugly duckling turned into a white swan, she appeared at the celebration. She must be very surprised. She was shocked. Everyone was attracted by her appearance. Even the king was no exception. Yennefer walked to the king regardless of everyone's astonishment and introduced herself. The king was shocked by her appearance. He chose Yennefer as his royal advisor and jumped into a graceful dance with her. A few days later, a carriage passed in the snowy forest. Yennefer was ordered by the king to escort the queen back to her home. But the queen gave birth to a few princesses in a row and lost her favor. She was thinking that she had paid so much to get the title of royal advisor. Can she make herself the greatest advisor? Should she use another way to achieve her ultimate goal? She was thinking the sound of soldiers' shouts outside the carriage. Then the carriage was attacked by arrows. The queen was terrified. Yennefer opened the door and walked down the carriage. She found that there were wolves everywhere. The soldiers were slaughtered. A black assassin stood nearby. There was also an ugly duckling by her side. Yennefer felt bad. She ran away with the queen and a soldier. During this time, Yennefer called the messenger by both hands. The queen immediately ran into the hot desert. But after a while, the assassin chased the queen again, and Yennefer had to call the messenger. They came to another area. The queen didn't know how to answer and accused Yennefer of being incompetent, but the assassin chased her again. Yennefer, who was already tired of life, opened the messenger door and left alone. She left the queen and the princess alone. She could think of the queen who was still in the fortress. Yennefer was heartless and sent the princess back. Under the command of the killing cockroach, she saved the little princess. On one hand, she used magic to stop the assassin. On the other, she called the messenger and quickly picked up the princess and ran to the messenger. Unexpectedly, a knife pierced her shoulder and pierced the little princess's body. Yennefer crossed the beach and she found that the little princess was pale and had no breath. Yennefer was very sad and buried the little princess. After Yennefer's death, her heart was like a sea wave rolling. She regretting to exchange fertility for beauty. She hoped to have a child, and this thought became stronger.